Yeah, you loud.
Call Allah Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. That's who the world calls God, and his son ignorantly called God and Jesus Christ. All praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, okay? Who the Lord Yahweh Yahweh Shai put the spirit on to teach us this this beautiful truth that we're, this the good news, you know. Shalom to all you Akim, pushing this truth out in the four corners of the earth, laboring in this truth, okay? Start with
Isaiah 55 and 6. Seek ye the Lord while he may be found.
Seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Right now, the Lord is found, man, throughout the four corners of the earth, where you see, the brothers out in the four corners of the earth pushing this truth, man. The Lord's word, okay, is being pushed out everywhere, man. So you can't say that, that the Lord's message isn't being pushed out, man. Now is high time to wake up out of sleep, man, and look for the Lord. How do you look for the Lord? By repenting, man. Repenting of your sins, man. Repenting from the wickedness you used to do, when you was ignorant, wicked, man. You know what I'm saying? We was real wicked, man, until Yahweh Shai put the spirit on us. He opened our spiritual eyes, our spiritual ears, and we ate of the spiritual food, man, because this is spiritual food, man. This satisfies us, man. So now it's time to seek the Lord, man. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, just like what the brother said, in the world we was ignorant, man. I myself, I used to, eat pork, eat chitlins, eat hog maws, get lineups, in all matter of madness. But when the Lord had mercy on me and opened up my understanding, he gave me the true understanding of the scriptures, guided me the right way to find the apostles and elders who taught me, I forsook all of that, man, and I came back to my true power.
Okay? Humbled yourself.
Yeah, humbled myself.
And that's important, man. Being in this truth, man. Being in this knowledge, you must remain humble, man. Okay? Because just because the Lord blesses you with certain gifts, don't get cocky now. Okay? Don't get cocky. Remain humble and serve the Lord to the best of your ability, man.
Let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts, and let him return unto the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and he will have mercy upon him, and to our power, for he will abundantly pardon.
That's right. Depart from the wickedness that you're doing, man. Repent, man. Read that last verse again, Baruch. Depart from the wickedness that you're doing, man. If you're smoking weed, that's wicked, man. Okay? If you're selling drugs, that's wicked. If you're committing adultery, that's wicked, man. If you're eating shrimp, crab, pork, lobster, that's wicked, man.
Easter.
If you're celebrating pagan holidays, that's wicked, all right? If you're having sex with your woman on her period, that's wicked, man. So all these things, man, we wasn't brought up, knowing these things, man. Our parents failed to teach us these things because their parents failed to teach them those things, okay? But now that, Yahweh Shai brought us into the light, man, we're teaching the truth. According to the scriptures, man. You're not gonna find this truth nowhere in the world, man. You're gonna find this truth through the prophets of the Lord, man. Pushing this truth out on the highways and byways, on YouTube. We're pushing this truth out, man. So now it's time to wake up.
Let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts.
The wicked, in this case, is referencing towards wicked Israelites. That don't mean you can take this scripture and try to, tiptoe a couple Edomites inside of this your camp, or Edomites gonna be in the kingdom of heaven. That's talking about wicked Israelites. So let the wicked Israelites forsake their way. Yeah, go ahead, bro.
And let him return unto the Lord, and he will have mercy upon him, and to our power, for he will abundantly pardon.
Yeah, man, the Lord, he's gonna have mercy on whoever he wants to have mercy on. Okay? So just because you're committing sin now, listen, it's that you still have time to repent, man, and get right. Okay?
Titus chapter 3, verse 3. For we ourselves also were sometimes foolish, disobedient.
Yeah, that's when we was in the world. Before we woke up to the faith, we was foolish. Go ahead.
It says, foolish, disobedient, deceived, serving diverse lusts and pleasures, living in malice and envy.
Yeah, we was being niggas. You know the definition of a nigga? A black devil. Go ahead.
It says, hateful and hating one another. It says,
because yeah, we was what happened was when we grew up in the world, we picked up the things from the world, and the things of the world is contrary to what the Bible say. So we was walking up the path what the world said was okay, but the things that the world says okay is unacceptable with the Most High. So that's what Scripture said. We was foolish. We was walking in diverse lusts. Lust is desires. Go ahead.
It says, but after that, the kindness and love of the Most High, our Savior toward men appeared.
Right. What's the love and kindness of the Most High through Yahweh Shah? That's the faith that we have in Yahweh Shah. Because through the faith in Yahweh Shah, we receiving mercy from the Most High. Go ahead.
It says, not by works of righteousness, which
not by works of righteousness, which is not of the law, because if it was based off us exercising the law, which make us righteous, we will be found unrighteous, because there's no way we could keep the law 100%, because the law is perfect, but these bodies are unperfected. Go ahead. Because once you break one law, you break all the laws. So it was up to the law for us to be righteous. We will never be righteous. Go ahead.
It says,
let me get a scripture on Romans 8 chapter.
Not by works of righteousness which we have done, but according to his mercy he saved us by the washing of regeneration and renewing.
Read that again. Read that one more time.
Okay. It says, Titus chapter 3 verse 5, not by works of righteousness which he have done, but according to his mercy he saved us by the washing of regeneration and renewing of the Holy Spirit.
Okay, so let's go to Romans 8, start at 1.
This is Romans 8 and 1. There is therefore now no condemnation to them which are in Hamashiach Yahushua.
So what is condemnation? Condemnation, that's what it means is to be sentenced to punishments. So we're not being sentenced to punishment through the faith in Yahweh Shah, because we all break the law. Real quick, let me get on Romans 6 and 23. You can hold that. This is real quick.
This is Romans chapter 6, verse 23. For the wages of sin is death.
So what is sin? Sin is the breaking of the law. But what follows when you break the law is the penalty of death. So the scripture says there's no condemnation or sentence to punishment. Go ahead. Go back to that. Romans 8. You can read it from the top.
Romans 8 and 1. There is therefore now no condemnation to them which are in Hamashiach Yahushua.
Right. So when we go off, we're not being sentenced to punishments. As long as you have the faith in Yahweh Shah. Now, what it means to go off, now we all go off, unwillingly. It's beyond our control. Because you got a willful sin, and you have sin that you commit unwillingly. Now, willful sin, that's a person, it's premeditated. They know what they're about to do is wrong, and they go ahead and do it anyway. Now, a person go ahead and do that person, he's not covered. He's going to be condemned. Now, I won't say little things, but things like breaking the Sabbath, the Lord will have mercy on you. So, because you're not supposed to even go to work during the Sabbath, but we're not under, our kingdom. We're in captivity, so we go to work on the Sabbath, because we have to. Because we keep taking days off, you're gonna lose your job, and we, got bills to pay. But the Lord's showing us mercy, and we're being forgiven for it. That's what grace comes in. Now, grace doesn't mean you don't have to keep the law no more. Grace just means we're receiving compassion for our law breaking. Now, if you have to pay a bill and you receive a grace period, does that mean you have to pay the bill no more? It just meaning the bill was extended. But go ahead, let me finish this.
Who walk not after the flesh.
Read again from the top.
This is Romans 8:1. There is therefore now no condemnation to them which are in Hamashiach Yahushua, who walk not after the flesh, but after the Spirit.
Go ahead.
For the law of the Spirit of
so
life.
The person that's walking after the flesh is the person that's carnal. Now the word carnal, when you look into it, the word carnal derives from the Latin, which carne. You know, I experienced meat,
meat,
which means flesh.
Right.
So that's the person. For him to believe something, he need to see it. He needs to be able to touch it, you know, or smell it with his senses. So that's a person that's walking after the flesh. That's a person without faith.
That's 2/3 of our people.
Yeah, that's a faithless person. Whereas we walk according to the Spirit. But we believe through the Spirit that Yahushua is going to return and he's going to deliver us. Go ahead.
For the law of the Spirit of life in Yahushua.
Now, what's the law of the Spirit of life? That's the faith we have in Yahushua. Because faith is also a law. But you have the law, the commandments that we have to abide by, but you also have faith. Because when Yahushua walked on the earth, they sought righteousness by the law but they lacked faith. That was their biggest sin. Go ahead. Also, I say they lack faith in Yahushua. Go ahead.
Had made me free from the law of sin and death.
Right, see that? Read that again.
For the law of the Spirit of life.
That's our faith in Yahushua has made. Go ahead.
And Yahushua had made me free from the law of sin and death.
Has made me free from the law of sin and death. Because that's when Yahushua walked on the earth. He said, the truth shall set you free. Because we was in bondage or imprisonment unto sin. And what came after sin was death. And it was a punishment. But through Yahushua had broke those yokes. So now we free from the imprisonment of sin. Because we live in off the righteousness of Yahushua. So therefore that makes us all righteous. Go ahead.
For what the law could not do, in that it was weak through the flesh.
Right. What was it that the law could not do? The law cannot bring us unto righteousness, or should I say unto perfection, because the law was perfect, but the perfect law was put into a vessel that was unperfected. The vessel that was unperfected was these bodies. So it cannot bring us unto righteousness because the flesh was corrupted. So read it again.
For what the law could not do.
And what's that talking about? Bring us to righteousness. Go ahead.
In that it was weak through the flesh.
And that it was weak through the flesh, because the flesh is susceptible unto breaking the law. So the flesh was unperfected, but the law was perfected. Go ahead. That's why it says in 1 Corinthians, I believe the 15th chapter, speaks about corruption, and cannot inherit, incorruption. No, somebody gets it, so I'm quoted wrong. Because when we go into the kingdom be uncorruptible. But something that's uncorruptible, something that's corruptible cannot be in something that is incorruptible. Hold that, we'll go to Sam.
I got it.
Go ahead, bro.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 50. Now this I say, brethren, that flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of Yahweh. Neither doth corruption inherit incorruption.
Right, so it says corruption does not inherit incorruption, because the earth is going to be perfect. But the reason why the earth became in this state as of today, because of sin. So these bodies got to put on incorruption, so everything to be incorrupted. Go ahead.
Verse 51. Behold, I shew you a mystery.
So read that part again. Corruption.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 50. Now this I say, brethren, that flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of Yahweh. Neither doth corruption inherit incorruption.
Right, so we cross over to the kingdom. We're not crossing over with these bodies. We crossing over with new bodies, incorruptible bodies, so we can live in an incorruptible kingdom. Because the kingdom is going to be an everlasting kingdom. Because it's not gonna ever go down, because it's not gonna be a reason for it to go down. Because what caused empires to go down is sin. So our kingdom, or Yahweh Shah kingdom, which like is joint heirs with Yahweh Shah, we're not gonna sin. So therefore, we're never gonna go down. We're never gonna die.
These bodies are corruptible, man, because we're following the ways of this society. You know what I'm saying? So the Most High is destroying our people. 2/3 of our people, man, they're corruptible. Okay? And we're gonna become incorruptible because we're not gonna die, man. We're not gonna have wicked thoughts in our mind. Okay? We're already gonna. Our mind is gonna be righteous. Everything we do is gonna be perfect. It's gonna be clean.
Even just having wicked thoughts, make corrupts your body.
Yeah, that corrupts your body, man. You still want me to continue, Mark?
That was the point.
Okay.
Let's go back.
This is verse 3. For what the Lord could not do, in that it was weak through the flesh, the Most High sending his own Son in the likeness of sinful flesh.
Yeah, Yahweh Shah. So Yahweh Shah came in the flesh, and he was tempted. He experienced lust, but Yahweh Shah never acted on the lust, and he never sinned. So Yahweh Shah was perfect. He was the only man that came on the earth that never sinned.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Most High sending his own Son in the likeness of sinful flesh, and for sin condemned sin in the flesh, that the righteousness of the law might be fulfilled in us who walk not after the flesh, but after the Spirit.
Hey, did I sit on that? You got something?
Since you mentioned that, basically us believing in Yahweh Shah is counted for righteousness. So, Galatians chapter 3, verse 6. Even as Abraham believed the Most High, and it was accounted to him for righteousness. Can I explain?
Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, so, when you read the story about Abraham, what did Abraham do that made him account for righteousness? Well, first, when the Most High told him to leave his brethren and go into the land of Canaan, he hearkened unto the Most High. And then, when the Most High told him to sacrifice his son, Isaac, he listened. He didn't buck up and say, "But Lord, that's my son." He didn't ask no question. He just did it. So the Most High, it's like the Most High told that's how when Samuel told Saul when he went off that the Most High takes pleasure in obeying his voice, and that's accounted for righteousness. Yeah.
That's faith, man. When you listen to the Most High's words, what I'm saying? That's having faith, man, and you're gonna grow that way, man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of our people lack faith, man. They don't believe in the Lord because they're cornered. So they actually have to see who they think is Jesus Christ, who they think is Yahweh Shah, who they ignorantly call Jesus Christ.
That's a carnal man.
That's a carnal man.
Because he needs, like you said, he needs to see it.
They need to see. They need proof. They don't believe that we're the prophets of the Lord. Okay? They don't believe that that Yahweh Shah is working through his prophets here on earth.
Let me get on Ecclesiastes 7 and 20. 7 and 20. That's the Bible.
I got it. Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 20. 7 and 20. For there is not a just man upon the earth that doeth good and sinneth not.
Now, you look at the word just. The word just is where you get the word justice. Whereas the word justice means to administer the law. Now, when a person breaks the law, that person become a criminal, a lawbreaker. So it says it's not a just man on the earth, because the Most High gave us the law to govern and to apply by and to conform to. Right. But we kept breaking it. So read it one more time.
For there is not a just man upon the earth that doeth good and sinneth not.
Right, so it's not a just man on the earth that doeth good and sinneth not. Because each man sin. No matter how righteous you are, we all still break the law. Now the only person that lived that never sinned was Yahweh Shah.
Right.
Go ahead. I think that was the point of that. You got something?
Yeah.
This is Wisdom of Solomon, 1 and 12. Seek not death in the error of your life, and pull not upon yourselves destruction with the works of your hands. For the Most High made not death, neither hath he pleasure in the destruction of the
Right.
living, but he created all things that they might have their being,
That's
and
what
the
this-
generations of the world were healthful, and there is no poison of destruction
So the-
in them.
The Lord created us to live. You know, the most High didn't create us to suffer death. Well, being that we sinned, death followed after sin through the sin of Adam. Go ahead.
Nor the kingdom of death upon the earth.
So when Yahushua was on the cross, Yahushua, he conquered death. So therefore, when Yahushua come back, we're gonna receive the glorified body, the tongue twister. So just like Yahushua never sinned, we're not gonna never sin, but we're never gonna be tempted evil. We're never gonna experience lust no more. We're gonna be perfected.
Point on that.
Huh?
Verse 15, for righteousness is immortal, but ungodly,
Right. See, righteousness is immortal. Go ahead.
but ungodly men with their works and words called it to them, for when they thought to have it their friend, they consumed to naught and made a covenant with it, because they are
The word mortal means death. Like a person that deals with dressing up a dead body, they known as a mortician. So it said righteousness leads to what's that? Immortality or immortal?
it says righteousness is immortal.
Well, righteousness is immortal. So through righteousness, you receive immortality. Go ahead.
Let me finish it off. They consumed it
So
to
if
naught.
righteousness leads to mortality, if righteousness leads to immortality, what the wickedness leads to?
Yeah, it's-
Mortality. Go ahead.
But ungodly men with their works and words called it to them, for when they thought to have it their friend, they consumed it to naught and made a covenant with it, because they are worthy to take part with it.
Galatians chapter 2, verse 16. Knowing that a man is not justified by the works of the law, but by faith of Yahweh Shai. All right, so, it says a man is not justified by works of the law. Why? Because we're not perfect, man. No righteous man that does not sin. All right, we all go off, man. Okay?
And if we were being justified by the works of the law, there would never be a need for Yahushua. Because it's through our imperfection of keeping the law, it was the reason why Yahushua had to come on the scene anyway.
Because through Yahweh Shai, we're gonna get to Yahweh. Okay, so Yahweh Shai, he's the mediator between Yahweh and men, and us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so, we do keep the law. The scriptures say we don't make void the law. We establish it, but, we still going to go off. So that's why we got to have faith in Yahweh Shai, all right? And that's what that's what makes us righteous, man, all right? And faith in Yahweh Shai is what? It's by doing what Yahweh Shai told you to do, man. Hearkening unto the voice of Yahweh Shai, man, which is his men, all right, that he set up. And then eventually you start doing what he tell you to do, man. Go out there teaching, all right? Go out and keep the commandments to the best of your ability and constantly watch the news and pray, all right? And, just stay focused, man.
Yeah, like the brother said, we still exercise the law, but we're not being justified or judged on how well we keep it, because we can't keep it 100%. So we're being judged according to our faith in Yahushua.
We're obedient to Yahweh Shai, man. 2/3 of our people are disobedient, man. They don't want to hear it. They're gonna perish for that reason.
This is Romans 2 and 12, from start 11. But there is no respect of persons with the Most High, but as many as have sinned without law shall also perish without law, and as many as have sinned in the law shall be judged by the law. Verse 13. But not the hearers of the law are just before the Most High, but the doers of the law shall be justified.
Yeah, you have to do the work, man. You can't just know this truth You know, you just can't know it and not spread the good news. You gotta Yahweh Shai open your eyes, man, to see this truth. Okay, you gotta preach to people, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, to do the work to the best of your ability, man. Even if you go off to repent and continue, you know, going hard, you know, doing the Lord's work to the best of your ability. Yahweh Shai understands that he knows that we're not perfect and we're gonna fail to be 100% righteous.
Sirach chapter 10 verse 12. The beginning of pride is when one departed from the Most High.
Yeah, man, pride, man. That's wicked, man. Being prideful for what reason? Why you being prideful, man? The Most High could take you out, man. The same way He brought you into the truth, the Most High could take you out and put, you know, 7 demons on you, man, and put you back in the world, man, doing the wickedness you was doing, and then you end up perishing, man. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing to be proud about. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, you know, when it says depart from the Most High by the way of pride, you know, what makes us close to the Most High amongst all these other nations is what? His laws, statutes, commandments. So when you depart from that, you know, then you being prideful, man. You being rebellious, man. Okay? Because the scriptures tell you in Wisdom of Solomon that basically that incorruption is what makes us closer to the Most High, which is what? The law, statutes, and commandments. All right? The taking heed and discipline of keeping the law, statutes, commandments.
And people need to understand, man, they get the word righteous misconstrued, man. They think just because you say you're righteous that you don't go off. Okay? We're righteous brothers, man. You know, we're serving the Lord to the best of our ability, man. We are righteous, man. The hell what you damn people think, man. We're righteous, man, in the sight of Yahweh Shai, man.
Because you cursing or, you know, just they look at fleshly shit, man. They're not spiritual at all.
Yeah.
You know, and verse.
Yeah. At the end of the day, we're just men.
That's
you know, we're just men seeking to get out of here to be delivered.
That's it.
You know, if we were so if our righteousness was on our based off our works, there'll be no need for Yahweh Shai. There'll be no need for Yahweh Shai to return and deliver us. There will be no reason for Yahweh Shai to go on the cross if it was based, you know, off our own works.
Exactly. It's not about us, man. It's all about Yahweh Shai, man, and His word has to be fulfilled. It's gonna be fulfilled, okay? It's taking place every day, man. You know, the end is near, man. You know what I'm saying?
Since you said that, because it ain't about us, man. That's why emotion is not supposed to be involved in this thing, man. You know, you can't be emotional wreck being in this truth, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, sometimes you might get offended, but at the end of the day, you gotta remember, man, we in the flesh, man.
Offense must come.
Exactly. So Sirach 10 and 12. The beginning of pride is when one departed from the Most High, and his heart is turned away from his Maker. For pride is the beginning of sin, and he that have it shall pour out abomination.
A lot of people that are prideful, man, they think that they know it all, man. They think that they perfect, okay? They think that, you know, that they're in control of their own spirit, and they're not, okay? Yahweh Shai is in control of every soul here on earth, okay? So it's not about you, man. Just be meek, man, and serve the Lord to the best of your ability, man. And that's it, man. And continue pushing this truth, man. That's it, man. Stop trying to be, you know, a lot of you niggas are attention whores, man. You want attention, man. You want to shine, man. And this truth is not about shining, man. It's all about Yahweh Shai, man. His word, man, it is uplifting. This gives us strength, man, to keep going, man. This word is not us, you know.
Proverbs 16 and 18. Pride goeth before destruction, and an haughty spirit before a fall. Better it is to be of an humble spirit with the lowly than to divide the spoil with the proud.
Yeah, pride goeth before destruction, man. You could be in this truth and think that, you know, you could be prideful and you think that the Lord is dealing with you, man. But at the end of the day, the Lord is going to take you out, man. Okay, so be meek, man. What does it say about meek? in that verse?
It says, better it is to be of an humble spirit with the lowly than to divide the spoil with the proud.
Yeah, meek, humble, same thing, man. It's best to be with the humble in spirit, it says.
Yep.
In spirit. Who's the humble in spirit, man? Starting humble.
Better it is to be of a humble spirit.
Of a humble spirit with the lowly, man. Okay? You look at us as you know, as you know, you call us what they call us, broke Israelites,
Bumalites.
Bumalites. Okay? It's not about us, man. It's all about Yahweh Shai, man. We're not here for attention. We're not here to get paid. We're here to do the work of the Lord, man. That's the whole duty of man, to serve Yahweh Shai, an Israelite Lord. Okay?
I got something too.
Go ahead, bro.
Sirach 35:3. To depart from wickedness is a thing pleasing to the Lord.
That's right, man. When the Lord sees that, man, that, you know, you was once, you know, smoking weed and you went to quit, and then you were seeking the Lord is the angels see that, man. They're rejoicing in the heavens, man. Okay? When you depart from all manner of wickedness, whether you was committing adultery or you was eating shrimp, crab, pork, lobster, you was in these different following these different religions, committing idolatry, the Lord sees that, man. When you refrain from that and you start serving the Lord, man, when you become humble, because you have to humble yourself, man. Okay?
And to forsake unrighteousness is appropriation.
Yeah, we forsake unrighteousness, man. It's inappropriate, man. Okay? Go ahead.
Proverbs chapter 6, verse 16. These 6 things doth the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua hate. Yea, 7 are an abomination unto him. A proud look, a lying tongue, and hands that shed innocent blood. A heart that devises wicked imaginations. Feet that be swift.
Read again from 16.
All right. Proverbs chapter 6, verse 16. These 6 things doth the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua hate.
Can I say something real fast? But they teach that the Lord doesn't hate. That's what they teach you in these different religions, man. That's what this society teaches you. The Most High doesn't hate. Continue.
Yea, 7 are an abomination unto him.
A filthy act, okay? It's an abomination, okay? 7 meaning completion. There's more than just, you know, 7 about. There's many ways you could, you know, be committing an abomination. Go ahead.
It says a proud look.
A proud look, yeah. We're talking about the proud, okay? Nothing to be proud about, okay? Continue.
A lying tongue.
A lying tongue, yeah. You know, spreading lies about your brother, man. You know, saying that, you know, saying that we rape little girls, that you know, we you know, that we rape women. That's a lying tongue.
That's slander. Now, if that was the case, we wouldn't be out here. We'll be locked up. And all we did was teach that during that period of time, you know, it was permissible by the Lord that it was okay, you know, for a man to rape a woman. Just like now, if we talk about the like, you know, the law about raising up a brother's seed. If your brother died, he died childless, the brother supposed to go and raise up seed for his childless brother. So now we teach that. Does that mean, you know, we exercise that law right now too? See, they want to play stupid. Just like we teach the law of Leviticus 20 and 13, when man lies down with mankind, are you supposed to put a homosexual to death? Do that mean we go around killing faggots too? So they just take whatever we say and try to slander us.
Yeah, that's what they do.
And they try. You read the scriptures, like in the gospel, they try to do the same thing towards Yahweh Shah. Like they'll look for something. They'll look for something Yahweh Shah will say, so they will try to take it and slander it or try to twist it.
Pharisees. You know? That's what modern day, you know, niggas out here. You know, you 2/3 of our
But the
people.
wicked ones, the wicked ones.
They're wicked of our people, slandering, you know, scoffing against the word of the Lord.
It says, and hands that shed innocent blood.
Yeah, man, murderers. You know what I'm saying? Innocent blood. You know what I'm saying?
And you got spiritual murderers, like the different camps that's not affiliated with GMS.
That's right.
Them guys are spiritual murderers because now you have a guy that come in to learn the truth, and these guys do to destroy this whole God faith. Some guys become atheists, Some guys go into whatever bullshit they in, but they become that way because the leaders that can.
Can I add, brother, to what you just said? And like the brother said, you also have spiritual murderers. You know, if you're not teaching the name of Yahweh Shai, man, you spiritually murdering that brother, man, or that sister.
You killing that man's faith.
You killing that man's faith, because we're gonna get delivered, man, by calling on the name of Yahweh Shai. The elect is gonna get delivered. Okay. You have to call on that name. You're not warning the people about the mark of the beast. So your congregation, they're gonna freely accept that mark of the beast. Okay? You have to warn the people, man. So if you're not warning our people, man, you're spiritually murdering them.
So it says, a heart that devises wicked imaginations. Yeah, man, a heart that devises wicked imaginations, man. Like the scriptures say, the heart, out of the heart proceed evil thoughts, murders, blasphemies, all right, so forth and so on.
Mind. Yeah. So it starts here, you know, you start thinking about wickedness, you know, you start thinking, you know what, I could do my own thing. I could teach a different doctrine. You know, I know the scriptures very well. You know, you might have a wicked imagination where you come across this female and you know, she's fine as hell. However, she has a man, but she tells you, oh, you know, it's not working out, you know what I'm saying? But in reality, you know that's what they say. You know that she's still sleeping with the man. You know, but your wicked imagination might be like, fuck, you know what? She said she's not dealing with this man no more. You know?
Look, this is the English definition for imagination. It says the faculty or action or forming new ideas or images or concepts of external objects not present to the senses. So the point there, the action of forming new ideas, you know, creating, you know, coming up, changing the gospel up for your fitting. The so-called white man could be saved. Those are different imaginations. Oh, the new world order. Those are new ideas, new concepts.
Or the mark of the beast ain't the R5 Nietzsche.
It says, feet that be swift to running into mischief. Yeah, man. Feet that be swift to running into mischief, man. You know, niggas in the hood, oh, let's go start some trouble, man. You know, let's go find some trouble. You know, just nigga shit, man. You know, just wanna, you know, that black woman spirit. Always want some drama. You know what I'm saying? And that's two-thirds of our people, man. They love drama, man. They love problems, man. They love danger, man. They love peril. You know? It says, a false witness that speaketh lies.
False witness that speaketh lies, man. You know, a lot of you false pastors, you false priests, man. You speaking lies, man. You know? You're not a prophet, man. You know, you spreading false lies, man. Talking about the Most High is going to save everyone. That the Most High, you know, did away with the Old Testament. He's only did it. The Lord is only done with the New Testament. That's BS, man. Those are false lies, man. Talking about that, all the Israelites or so-called Negroes and the Hispanics and the so-called Negroes, so-called Hispanics and Native Americans are Israelites. Those are false lies. Okay?
It says, and he that soweth discord among brethren. Yeah, man, you know, guys that, you know, trying to turn brothers against each other, man. You know?
Yeah, he said.
Or you might get up, gossip, you know, or you might want to lead a camp, so you might try to bring other brothers with you, man.
That's not the spirit of Yahweh Yahweh. That's not the spirit of a man, bro. That's the spirit of the female. Okay? Because women, by nature, they like to gossip. Okay? They like chaos. You know? Us over here, man, we want peace, man. And we're gonna find peace. We're gonna find comfort through Yahweh Yahweh Shai, these scriptures.
We're always trying to stir up some argument or controversy, debate. You know?
Psalms 97 and 10. Ye that love the Lord hate evil. He preserveth the souls of the saints. He delivereth them out of the hand of the wicked.
Yeah, the scripture says, ye that love the Lord hate evil. And it tells you in Amos the 5th chapter that hate the evil and love the good. Us up here, we hate evil, man. We we hate what the Lord hates. When he tells you,
What are a few, what are a few examples of evil?
like you wicked niggas out there, you niggas that come up against the doctrine of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, that slander us, push out all these different philosophies, into all manner of wickedness, that want to give credit to all these idols, but don't want to give credit to the true power. We hate people like that.
You homosexuals,
Yeah.
you adulterers,
Homos, adulterers, and we hate y'all with a perfect hatred, man.
the so-called leaders of our people.
First and foremost, the so-called white man, we hate you. The Lord hates you.
That's right.
Okay? I'm gonna read it again. This is Psalms 97 and 10. Ye that love the Lord hate evil. He preserves the souls of the saints, and that's what he's doing now. He's preserving our souls. He's breaking us down and building us back up with the scriptures, man.
That's right.
He delivered them out of the hand of the wicked.
Yeah, man. First and foremost, he delivered us by taking our minds out of this world and bringing us back to our nationality. And he's going to deliver us on a physical level when America is destroyed by the nuclear fire. Okay? That was it.
That's something real quick. Let me bring it down. We're talking about slandering. Now this is Proverbs 11 and 13. It says a talebearer. Now talebearer is a person that gossip all the time, or that's a slanderer. It says a talebearer revealeth secrets, but he that is of a faithful spirit concealeth the matter. Now a person, well, a righteous person, you tell a righteous person a matter, that's supposed to be between those two parties. Whereas a talebearer, you tell that person a personal matter, he'll go tell 7 other people like, yo, you heard what happened? Yeah. That's a talebearer.
Yes.
Yes.
So Ecclesiastes chapter 9, verse 11. I returned and saw under the sun that the race is not to the swift, nor the battle to the strong.
Right, the race. Now, when you come into the faith, you enter in a spiritual race. So now the scriptures say this race is not given to a swift. You got some people, they come into this faith thinking they gotta try to be on a status. Like if you now let's use that sports, right? Now you just came into learn the game of the whatever sport you win. You gotta first learn the fundamentals. The fundamentals are the basics. Now you just coming in. Now a couple years of playing ball, you might make it varsity whatsoever. But then there's different levels. You got college basketball and you got the NBA professional. Now you just playing ball for a couple of years, you're not gonna be on the status of somebody that's in the NBA. That comes with experience. That comes with times. So, like I was saying earlier, now the scripture say the race is not given to the swift. A person that's in it, the faith for 6 months, it's not going to be on the status of a person that's been in for maybe 2 or 3 years. Or a person that's been in for 2 or 3 years is not going to be in the status of a person 6 years, because different levels of experience. It's different. Say what? All right. So there's different levels of experience and different levels of understanding. These things takes time. That's what scripture say the race is not given to the swift. Now a person coming to the faith, you want to first go into the deep breakdowns of Daniel, the deep breakdowns of Revelation, but can't break down Jeremiah 14 and 2 the correct way. That's a person that's in the race and moving too swift. Go ahead.
Right here in the book of Hebrews, chapter 5, verse 12. For when is a time ye ought to be teachers, ye have need or want to teach you again.
Right, because you gotta. The scripture speaks about being born again, meaning you gotta unlearn everything you picked up that was from the world, because the teachings of the world is contrary to the scriptures. Like the movie Training Day. Now you had Denzel, he was a veteran. He had the rookie, and the first thing he told them it was everything you learned in the academy, you got to unlearn that, because what you learn in the academy, you're gonna get yourself killed out here, on the field. So same thing. You come into this faith, everything you learned in the world, you got to unlearn. You learn in the world, because that's gonna get you killed by the Most High, pretty much. So you come to this faith, you start to know as a newborn baby, and the matrix, the womb is these scriptures. That's why scriptures reference our mother as being these scriptures.
It says, which be the first principles of the oracles of the Most High.
Oracles mean writings. So the first principles and oracles or writings of the Most High, you got to be born again. Go ahead.
It says, and become such as need of milk.
Right, and have need of milk. Now, when a baby is born, a baby starts off with breast milk, and then it's able to move on to applesauce. Then from there, it can take a little bit of solid food, but still have to be grinded or blend up. Yeah, you can't even get baby water. You gotta stick to the milk, because the water will make the baby sick. The baby gets its water from the milk. So over time, after maybe a year, you may be able to give the baby water. But not in a few states. It takes time. Everything is a process of time.
And I become such as have need for milk and not of strong meat.
Yeah, you start from milk, you move on to applesauce, then you eat mashed potatoes. Everything, is a process. You can't feed a baby meat because their body's not able to digest it yet. The same person that comes into the faith, you got to start off with the basics, and then once you able to master the basics, you take it one step further. Like I was using basketball, right? You can't come into the basketball court and you trying to do all these flashy passes and flashy crossovers. Can't score, but every time you try to do a fancy dribble, it's a turnover. You gotta learn you gotta learn the fundamentals first. You trying to do flashy passes, but can't even do a simple chest pass or bounce pass.
Yeah, that's why. Can I say something? Yeah, that's why there's a quote that says, "Talent, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard." Because you can have the talent, but if you don't got the work, then you're gonna lose at the end of the day, man.
Got something real quick? Real quick. It's 2 Peter 2 and 10. It says, "But chiefly them that walk after the flesh in the lust and uncleanness, and despise government, presumptuous are they." The word presumptuous, if you look it up, it means fail to observe the limits of what's permitted or appropriate. Okay? It says presumptuous are they, self-will, to do what the hell they want to do. Self-will, they are not afraid to speak evil of dignity. Those that are over them. Yeah, one more scripture. 2 Timothy 3 and 4. 2 Timothy chapter verse 4 says, 2 Timothy 3 and 4 says, from 1. Chapter 2 Timothy 3 and 1. This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come.
Perilous time, man. We live in a perilous time right now. We live in these last days, man. It was since the Howard Shai passed died over 2,000 years ago, man. We've been living in the last days.
Yeah. For men shall be lovers of their own selves.
We got Nate loving his own self, man. Everybody in camp is wearing no purpose. They don't say the Most High's name. They don't say his son's name. They love him for themselves, man. Their honor is loving him themselves, man. Yeah. Guys in the black countries, man, they love him of their own self. We gotta love the Most High and self.
Yep. Covetous, boasters.
Covetous after you want to take what somebody have, man. Take away your wife, take away the woman, take away people in the congregation, man. Take away the money. Boasters. Neighbors are gonna boast them. Say we don't gotta teach the name of the Lord. We don't gotta love the Hebrew. The Lord said we gotta teach that name, man. We gotta love the Hebrew. To our best of us.
Yep. Proud, blasphemous.
Blasphemous. You say you call him Lord, you're good. You don't be able to call him Lord. You can call him Yeshua, the Most High. That's blasphemy. The name of the Lord, man. But if the Lord said only sin is not forgivable, man, blaspheming of the Holy Spirit, man. So you teach people blaspheming the name of the Lord, man. That's a sin unto death.
Yep. Disobedient to parents.
Yeah, disobedient to the apostles and the elders. But these guys in Chicago, man, DMX trying to try. They disrespectful to the man.
What they call it?
They get so I mean, trying to find Chicago, get shy, trying to find.
It don't matter anyway. Nobody's.
Yeah, they talking
They
shit.
insignificant. They ain't teaching nothing.
Then my other guys, man, we taught about the apostles and the elders, man, that he was an Israelite, man. He was a tribe of Judah. The Most High, the son was so-called black man. No, you don't want to come against a man that teaches you, the spiritual father. You supposed to be doing that, man. Coming against a man that teaches you talking bullshit. So everything you do, man, brother's reading it right here.
Yep. Unthankful, unholy.
You're unthankful for the guy that brings all that shit from GCU, man. I told you how to keep the laws, the statutes, and commandments, the high holy days, and keep the Passover. Teach you how to speak the Hebrew, and give you a Hebrew name. Those same guys that teach you those stuff, man. You see the guy, you see these guys that are wrong, and you get it right with new doctrines. The only doctrine you have, man, is the doctrine of who? The doctrine of Satan. You ain't the doctrine of the Messiah.
Doctrine of the devil. Without natural affection, shoes breakers. Yeah, without natural affection, they ain't brotherly. You know, shoes breakers. When you come in this truth, you know, basically like a contract from the side with the Most High. It's an oath you got, you swear basically.
The apostles
We ain't talking about,
like the apostle Paul always said, it's going to issue his words to the mob, man.
when we say oath, don't try to switch it around. We ain't talking about no damn Masonic order, right? For you idiots out there. See, it's the word oath. Because you're making an oath or promise like with the Lord. So you go against that, you break to a truth breaker.
Yeah. You know, life is a promissory note.
Yeah,
You know, you go against this, that's your life.
false accusers.
Yeah, you're accusing the elders, and the elders taking the tithes. You see the elders taking the tithes, and the elders are bringing them to the right way. You're about to false accusing, right?
Right. False accusers, incontinent. Definition of that word, incontinent.
False accusers, whether the they question, yeah, see what it means. So this scripture is great. It's talking about these brothers, man. Dead because these brothers no more.
It says,
Got the word incontinent.
it says incontinent, having no or insufficient voluntary control over urination or defecation. Lacking self-restraint. Lacking self-restraint, uncontrolled,
Guys lacking.
undisciplined.
Guys don't like water, man. Most of these guys, the reason why they leave GMS, man, because they don't like water, man.
Like discipline.
They don't like this. They don't like water, man. But once you come into this room, you can't follow the water from the apostles and the elders. That's one thing, man. And it's true good for you, man.
And the thing about it is that it said orders. You act like we keep telling you, brothers telling you do 50 jumping jacks. Like, alright, but if we do a show, do 50 jumping jacks.
And 100 push-ups on your
And 100
knuckles.
push on your knuckles. Nobody's telling nobody to
Put your feet on
do
it.
Yeah, well, ain't you ever told to do 50 jumping jacks? Huh?
Your whole
You
paycheck.
think I've told, nobody talking about doing jumping jack. You're not talking about do that.
Nobody never told us to give us your whole paycheck either.
Exactly. Only thing you're being taught is to do what the scripture say do. That's it. That's really it. That's all. You know? Fierce. Despisers of those that are good.
Yeah, you despise us as those that are good, man. So you despise a man that taught you, man. Despise a man that camp. So you despise everything, man. That's why the Most High gonna start taking off you guys, man, one by one, man, every day.
Traders. Yeah, traders. What's the dude name? What's the dude? What's the Steve Urkel with the beard looking guy? What's his name?
Which guy?
Fucking nigga, that's the nigga. One that went on Wendy Williams show. Mike Allen, him.
Oh. Yeah. Mike Jana. Yeah.
Mike the Hammer.
Couldn't the guy you talking about, the guy that couldn't get no buns to save his life?
No, when he was before T Street. He's a traitor. He went to this guy who was talking all types of shit.
Yeah, trying to reveal secrets and shit.
Trying to soak over his own secrets.
Talking about what's going on in brother's crib. He was a guest, staying with a brother.
That's not,
And then, you know,
yeah.
after his departure, talking shit.
You're talking all kind of trash.
Another one is Asher, man. Fat asshole. Went to Sakari.
You talking about Mick Foley? Mick Foley?
Fat dude, man. We went to Sakari, man, talking shit, man. Saletta show on the couch. Talking shit to the man that talked to his people.
Oh, here's this nigga.
Pointing his finger at the camera, talking shit against the elders.
You know, it's so crazy. Brothers was real patient with that dude for how long did it take? 2 years maybe?
Nah, 3 years.
More than that, 3 years?
Yeah.
Brothers, huh? Brothers was real patient with that cat for years, man. He was always looking at you like this and shit. Like, one time, he was on post. He was standing on post years ago, and like he's sitting right next to me. He goes like, I said, and he been doing this for weeks. I'm like, so he did it one day. One week, I'm like, you alright? Yeah, I'm good. Yeah. I snide his ass because he kept looking at me. So he said, no, I wasn't looking at you. I said, oh, okay, all right. Then he goes to, I'm like, this guy having a neck spasm? Like, what the hell's going on? He's moving like a damn chicken. You know? I was with
walking towards the camp, having a full-blown conversation with himself.
Yeah. Bouncing his head and all
laughing
that.
And shit.
This guy's bugged out.
That's what we call him, Mick Foley.
Yeah.
You know, remember the first, you know, Mick Foley's first debut to wrestling. He was like this crazy guy that talked to himself. Yeah. That's how that was that guy, man. He'd be on the camp just like, I mean, like, if you're gonna talk to yourself, you get like 10 feet towards the camp, you know, you might want to shake that off, whatever.
If you're thinking out loud, it's one thing. No, I'm saying, you know, that's one thing. You're talking, you know, like, and nothing like you call Mick Foley because Mick Foley had all these damn personalities. Yeah. He was Mick Foley, then he was Cactus Jack, then he was Dude Love, then he was Mankind. That was that dude, man. he was the, you know, you don't laugh too loud. He was the Mankind of Israel.
Yeah.
You know, he was the Mankind of Israel.
You know, on post, laughing, talking to himself.
Yeah, he's got.
You gotta tell him to keep it down. And he's on the post by himself.
Yeah. Come on, man. Traders. He's a trader. Petty.
Him and many more guys have left.
Yeah.
We have a bunch of traders.
Petty, you know, getting ahead of themselves. He was another guy. He was the guy that got ahead of himself. He was getting over to them numerology, you know, damn numbers and all of that. You know? High-minded.
These high-minded guys, man, that say the earth is flat. Teaching that flat earth doctrine, man. That's being, that's being high-minded. Other men in the camp, that the earth is flat, that's being high-minded. You know, the elders, with any, all of some of the apostles and others or brothers, man. You know the earth is flat. Teaching that, man, that's going on.
Good. Lovers of pleasures. More than lovers of the Most High.
Yeah, that's the love and pleasures, man. More than the love of the Most High. All points on the way, the Most High. Pleasures for us, man. That's why they're back in the world.
Yeah. Having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof.
Yeah, these are the camp have a form of godliness. Hana, Nate, when we were going from work, I saw Nate camp back on Eastern Parkway. They only come on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. They have a form of godliness, man. When you pass by that camp, man, they got one guy keep going. And the difference between us and GMS and them, all the brothers in GMS, man, is proactive, man. Yeah. When you in camp for a certain number of years or a certain number of months, you gotta be proactive, man. Because when you're proactive, you gotta get them ordered, man. Yeah. These guys in different camp, they don't speak.
Yeah.
They only got one speaker and 1 week and a couple of weeks.
They don't even do videos.
They don't even do videos. So they only come up when the weather's nice. Because I live right over there on Utica Avenue. East Some Park. The only time they come up, brother, is when the weather's
Gotta
nice.
get your own. I just down for the shoot.
He's joking.
No, you don't.
It says, having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof.
Yeah,
such turning away.
Yeah, man. They can't, man. They denied the power, man. I don't know what the Mosai did to them, man. What the Howard did to them, what the Hoshai did to them, man. They're teaching the congregation, man, to deny the name. You see, when I teach the name, it's crazy. Because back in the, over 2,000 years ago, man, they was beating the apostles and stuff like that, man. But teaching in the name of the Lord. They doing the same thing to us.
Yeah, I was gonna say that they all sound alike.
Yeah,
they all sound like Nate, man. They don't have their own, personality. It's like they all have Nate's personality.
Yeah.
And that's wicked. Nate basically wants to be glorified.
Yeah.
You know?
Those guys are like the putties from Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Remember the putties, the little gray thing, jumping around. But that's IUIC. They like the putties of Israel. All of them are exactly the same. That's dope.
Like,
You know what I'm saying?
Same garments on.
Same garments.
So, Galatians chapter 5, verse 25. If we live in the Spirit, let us also walk in the Spirit.
Yeah, so if you live in the Spirit, man, you gotta walk in the Spirit, man, every day. Not only among when you come to the camp, you gotta walk in the Spirit. You gotta live in that Spirit, man, 24/7. You gotta be an Israelite, man, 24/7. You gotta be in that Spirit 24/7, man. You can't be the Spirit, man. Pray and ask the Lord, man, because you can be in that Spirit.
Let us not be desirous of vainglory.
Yeah, don't be a vainglory, man. You got a guy from ISUPK, man. Yohanan said he's under Yahushua, man. He said after the Yahushua. Well, he said under the Mosai is Yahushua. He's under Yahushua. David is under Yahushua, man. King David. So how can he be under Yahushua, man? Look at this guy Kazariah saying everything that guy is teaching is correct, man. All these guys in his camp, man, they got shades on and they all wear black, man. All of us got different garments, man. All
They
of
don't
us,
know where. I don't think they even wear garments. They all wear black flight jackets.
They got
With
t-shirts
shades.
and they got fringes.
Okay. They got cargo bands.
Armbands with spikes and
They're
shit.
like security guards.
That's not
Yeah.
wise at all. Tell. This is the fringes on it.
This whole, when you got fingers on it,
We ain't supposed to be.
have fingers on it.
When you teach it, man, you ain't supposed to be having no shades on, man. People gotta see your eyes, man. So the scriptures say you supposed to be having your eyes wearing shades so nobody can't see your eyes. What's going on?
Like you said, they look like security guards.
Yeah.
That's the
bounces.
security guard camp. The security guard of Israel. That's what you name they camp.
All the
Security guard of Israel.
They wear cargo pants.
Huh?
They wear cargo
So
pants.
you got the cargo
I mean,
pants.
ain't nothing wrong with that, but
Yeah, but that-
they all dressed alike. And there's something wrong
It's like
with
a-
that.
That's what he's saying.
That's what you mean. That's what you mean by that. You know?
It says, let us not be desirous of vainglory, provoking one another, envying one another.
You're supposed to be provoking a brother and be the brother. We all part of the same body, man. We our shine, man. So we all want to be part of that body. So we're supposed to be provoking the brother or envying the brother. That's it? Okay?
This is Galatians chapter 5, verse 16. It says, "This I say then, walk in the Spirit, and you shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh."
Yeah, man, so you gotta walk in the Spirit, man. You gotta fulfill the lust of the flesh, man. But here in 2018, man, America, man, is getting more full of lust, man. Every time you walk the street, man, even though we're just more scandalous, man, there are more and more people on drugs out here, man, here in New York City, and throughout the four corners of the earth, man. So, the more years you go on this route, man, the more lust is going to come up, man, and the more lust you got to fight out. That's it.
So it says, walk in the Spirit, and you should not fulfill the lust of the flesh. Now, let me do it down real quick. It says, walk in the Spirit. Well, you know, walk in the Spirit is, let me jump down to it, right? In fact, we're going to read into it, because you got to walk in the Spirit that you don't fulfill the lust of the flesh.
How do you walk in the Spirit?
It's going to go into that too, when we look it down. For the flesh lusteth against the Spirit, and the Spirit against the flesh.
There's a battle every day, man. As Paul said, battle every day between the flesh and the spirit, man. So once you come in this room, man, it's a battle every day. It's a hard thing to be in this body, man. Do what you do, man. Be part of the elect. So Paul said that, man. Paul said he wish he was dead, and to be walking around there. You see all the lust back there. How much lust is back there? Paul was around, man, and they're opening the fire, man. People were butt naked in the street. Just a scandalous, so it's a battle every day, man. So that if you get in trouble with that battle, what you gotta do, man? It's sort of the prayers to the Lord, man. It's fasting, man. Be around the brothers, man. That's how you're gonna battle this loss, man.
Yep. For the flesh lusteth against the Spirit, and the Spirit against the flesh, and these are contrary the one to the other.
It's a battle every day, man. That's why the Most High said you gotta go through that battle, man.
It says, so that ye cannot do the things that ye would.
Yeah, so the stuff we want to do, man, we can't do it.
Sorry, on top again?
Now,
Okay. It says, and these are contrary the one to the other. so that he cannot do the things that he would.
It's the contrary, man. They're different from one another. The spirit and the lust, man. The spirit is positive, the lust is negative. Man. That flesh versus that spirit, man. We all go through that battle, man. Even the apostles and the elders go through that battle.
How should I went through that?
How should I went through that battle? Once I took away the spirit from them, man. The spirit of God. But just because
So what?
now the Most High took away the spiritual power from the house shot, man. And he felt what the Most High was going to do with him when he went to the cross. Yeah, even before he went to the cross, man, when whipping him, that journey, man, he felt that loss, man. He felt that wickedness, man. He never felt that wickedness before, but that day he felt that wickedness, man.
So yeah, how should I being, he was being, those stripes, the scripture through stripes, we are healed. Those representation of our sins. When you really get into it, how should I being beaten with those, being beaten with catamite, being beaten, being whipped, being crucified.
Prove that the Old Testament is full of
Ephesians 6 and 10. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord.
Yeah, brethren, be strong in the Lord, man. How do you be strong in the Lord? Start calling upon that name, man. Praying, fasting, being among the brotherhood, man, coming on the camp. And once again, man, when you pray, you gotta believe, man. That's what the Lord said, man. How much I said, man, he said that. So when you pray to him, man, you gotta believe. If you believe, man, he's gonna answer you. So when you pray to spirit, you pray to Hebrew, man, learn the Hebrew. You pray to English, pray to English, man. But once you learn that Hebrew, man, when you pray, man, believe it. Pray for the brotherhood, pray for yourself. Pray for the strength, pray for the take down America, man.
Pray for spiritual things. And have faith that the Lord is going to bless you with those spiritual gifts.
Pray for wisdom, knowledge, and understanding.
And in the power of his might, put on the whole armor of the Most High.
Yeah, the power of his might, man. So we gotta put on the armor of the Most High, man. We gotta put on the helmet, man. And sheet.
Got something real quick. Yeah, because going back what you just said, this is James 1 and 6. It says, but let him act in faith, nothing wavering. I'm sorry, I'll start at 5. James 1 and 5. If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of the Most High that give it to all men liberally.
Yeah, so if the Most High give wisdom freely, man, we gotta be an Israelite and part of the elect. So if any of you lack faith, man, ask the Most High. The Most High, man, is gonna give it to you liberally, man.
And upbraideth not, and it shall be given him.
Yeah, so you're gonna get that wisdom, man. Once you believe, you're gonna get that wisdom. Wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man. The same thing Most High give to King Solomon, man. What did King Solomon ask the Most High for, man? He asked the Most High for the riches. He asked him for wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man, and to judge his people.
Yeah, it says, but let him ask in faith.
Yeah, so you gotta have faith, man. Faith, belief. When you read the gospel, man, the book of Matthew, Mark, and John, man, all the Hawashai is speaking about, man, is belief, faith, and hope, man. If you have belief, faith, and hope, you're gonna be delivered, man. That's why Hawashai came and gave us grace. So we can't keep the laws right now, man, to our best ability, man. That's why we need Hawashai, man. That's why we need faith. That's why we need hope.
Nothing wavering.
Yeah, so you're supposed to be wavering, man, when you pray, man. One of the Most High gonna give me this faith, man. One of the Most High gonna make me be brotherly, man. So you gotta, when you pray, man, you gotta believe. Because back then, man, the scribe and the Pharisees, man, when they pray, man, they didn't believe. They were wavering. That's why the Most High didn't answer their prayer. And that's why Most High, man, wasn't dealing with the scribe and the Pharisees, man. That's why he was dealing with the apostles and the disciples, the righteous people that follow him.
For he that wavereth is like a wave of the sea, driven with the wind and tossed.
When you're in the beach, in the sea, in the ocean, man, once for that current taking, man, that wave, you're gonna waver. So you're supposed to be wavering, man, like that. You're supposed to be straight, you're supposed to be narrow-minded, man.
For let not that man think that he should receive anything of the Lord.
So you're supposed to be thinking you're going to receive anything from the Lord. But what the Lord said, man, ask, man, and you should receive. You got people saying, if the Lord knows what we need, why we could have prayed on him, man. That's a stupid fucking question. That's a stupid question, man.
Praying is an act of faith.
Yeah, that's an act of faith, man. The Lord wants you to go on your knees, man, and beg him, man, through his son, Yahweh Shah. Then he's gonna answer your prayers. The Lord knows what you want, but the Lord wants you to beg for it, man.
You have to call on the name too, man. You just can't say, you know, God help me get through, you know, this, you know, the spiritual battle. Jesus Christ help me. No, you have to call on Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah.
You're also gonna believe,
and you have to have faith.
It says a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways.
You don't want a double-minded man, man. The Lord gonna do this for me, or he's gonna do it. You can't be, you gotta be one, you gotta be narrow-minded, man.
Be sure.
You gotta be sure. You gotta be sure that the Lord is gonna deliver you when the time comes. You gotta be sure that the chariots exist, man. You gotta be sure that the mark of the beast is gonna come, man. You gotta be sure that the Most High is gonna deliver you in those days, man.
Yeah.
Famine said coming, destruction, pestilence, man. You gotta believe that the Lord is gonna deliver you. See that?
Yeah, that's hold up, bro. Is like a double-minded man. Example of that is a God. He come out and he teach about America gonna be destroyed, but at the same time, you going to college, and you know, just in case it doesn't happen, I'm gonna go to school and take these classes just in case it continues for another 20 years. Now that's a double-minded man. That man, he doesn't really have faith until what the scripture is really saying. So when he pray, the Most High is not gonna answer his praise because he's not praying in faith. He's praying in doubt.
So Nathan is congregation, bro. He's going to go to college. They get mad at the apostles and the elders, man, saying you got a time to go to college, man. You gotta go to trade school, man, or like electrical trade school, plumbing trade school.
No apprenticeship.
Apprenticeship, man, could do it.
Yeah, but that's not going to be your first priority, man. This truth is supposed to be your first priority. Now, if you want to take a trade go to trade school, do that on your free time.
You want to be the doctor's industry, man. Doctors.
When you go to college, that take up a lot of your time. Whereas you go to a trade school, you go there, you sit in the class, whatever, 8 hours, 4 hours, and you go home. You go into school, you got homework. You got what do you call that? You got the exam coming up. Midterms. You got midterms. You got to study for the finals. You got all these essays you got to write. You don't got time for nothing. You don't got time for all of that shit.
Cramming a bunch of I was in college when I first came into the camp. Like you cramming a lot of bullshit in your mind. You know it's not the truth, so you just it's like you're trying to regurgitate it, you know?
Because this is like
I got something. This book of you done?
No.
Back in Galatians 5th chapter, it says 5 and 18 now. But if you be led of the Spirit, you're not under the law, because you know you're talking about being inspired through faith. God is not about the law. But if now the works of the flesh are manifest.
The works of the flesh, man, it's gonna be manifest, man. Whether it be evil or whether it be good, the works is gonna be manifest.
Yeah, all the works of the flesh are wicked. Because the flesh is that which separates from the spirit. You know? And the spirit, which are righteous, are going to be manifested as well.
Right now, what we're doing, man, we're doing spiritual work right now, man. Coming on here, camp, it's spiritual.
Continue reading. It says, now the works of the spirit of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery.
Adultery, man. That guys is not coming in adultery. Once you come on the street, you're supposed to be committing adultery, man. This spiritual adultery, man. Serving the gods, serving Jabal-Jeh. If you're a Muslim, man, will be a 5%. This physical adultery, man.
And you could also select it.
Next verse says, says adultery, fornication, which is the spiritual fornication, uncleanness, lasciviousness, that's like overt sexual desire, look that up. Idolatry,
man, serving other gods, man, serving idols, man, celebrating Easter Sunday, man, Good Friday. we supposed to be doing, man? We're supposed to be coming on here, man, have one pole and one gun. If you don't believe, man, the Most High got angels, man, looking at you, man, for the stuff you do every day of the week, man. If you're doing something wicked, man, they want to come to camp and the brothers didn't see you. You want to do what you want to do. On an Easter egg hunt, your girl and your family. Go Good Friday in the churches, man. The Lord is seeing you, man. That's being double-minded. You know? It says witchcraft, hatred, witchcraft, man. People love witchcraft, man. Fortune tellers, man. Palm readers, casting spells on people. You got women casting spells on man casting spells on people. Most I said a witch should be put to death, man. Most I hate witchcraft, man.
Drugs, selling drugs.
Yep. Hatred, variance. Now, what variance means, like a disagreement that causes a dispute. Variance, emulations, that means seeking to match or surpass someone, often by imitation. You got guys like that. You got broke down 5 scriptures, I'm gonna break down 6 scriptures. So you broke down a chapter, I'm gonna go even deeper. I want to match you. I want to surpass that dude. You know?
Yeah, he went to the Hebrew. I'm gonna go to the Greek and the Hebrew and the Latin.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna send him the video so he see it. You know what I'm saying? Emulations, wrath, nigga. You supposed to be having a wrath against your brother. You got wrath against the church and the people in the world, man. Amongst the brothers and amongst the sisters, man. You're supposed to have wrath amongst the brother. What the Lord said, man. Don't make your wrath for them. If you got a wrath for the brother, man, call them before the sun goes down, man. If you're gonna sleep in that wrath, man, that shit gonna stifle you when you sleep. It says wrath, strife, seditions among the brothers. You're supposed to be having, like the Apostle Dahar said last week, man, the camp back in the old school, they had cliques back in the old school. You got different guys, you know, like you're supposed to have cliques in the you all want brothers, you all brothers, man. So you all brothers among Yahweh Shai. Our father is who? Yahweh. So we supposed to be having no cliques among the brothers, man. Like kind of old, the higher brothers, I don't know what the higher brothers and the younger brothers, having among the higher and younger brothers. But you see brothers, 7 brothers hanging out together, they ain't talking to us, and 8 brothers hanging out there, they ain't talking to us, man. Like that, man. We all one brother. Yeah. Seditions, that's like an uprising against authority, you know. Heresies. A heresy is like having a variance or having a disagreement with something that's generally accepted. Like it's generally accepted in the Bible that Joseph and Mary had sex, but everybody going and teaching against that. That's a heresy. Okay, if they're saying that the virgin birth is true, that's a heresy. Envyings, murders, murder. You go get murder in the book, man. You're supposed to be envying your brother. You gotta quarrel with your brother, man. Go to him, man. Tell your brother to his son. If the brother wanna hear you, take another brother. If you wanna hear you, you gotta take the higher brother, or elder or apostle. Drunkenness, revelings, rivalry. Yeah, going to the club. You really going to the club.
Fighting and shit after the club, fucking getting drunk outside. You're supposed to be, if you do drink, you're supposed to be drinking, getting drunk in your crib if you want to get drunk, not outside after what the fuck you done. Salakia, brother. I said that if you enjoy drinking alcohol and you like to get nice, you should be getting nice in your crib. You know, if you staying over brother's crib, you drink and get nice. You shouldn't be in no bars getting drunk, starting fights or no club. You know, getting drunk, starting fight over a damn woman or some bullshit, a nigga step on you or some shit like that.
Yeah, if a brother get locked up for doing that in the club, I don't think a brother gonna take his money, man, and bring you up, man. If you do it once, man, bring you up, if you do it again, I don't think they're gonna cancel, man. Ain't nothing good in these clubs, man. All these clubs you got is gloss, bitches on the, you got bitches on, adultery ass bitches, man, shaking their ass, man. You got niggas drunk, high on weed, high on prescription pills, man. High on cocaine.
Nothing but demons.
Nothing but demons up in there, man. Drunkenness, you know. That means you can't get drunk for those out there wondering. Many people who get excessively drunk
every day.
Can't continuously. They can't control their liquor. You know, them kind of guys. Scripture tell you in the book of Sirach,
see how people get drunk and it weakens you, and you want to become
Yeah.
a brawler.
Yeah.
Those kind of guys, man. The guys that want
Those guys, bro.
guys that
Fight you.
yep. Guys that want to get drunk excessively, like you gotta drink every damn day.
Yeah.
Like every time, it's like having a cousin. Every time you come in the house, you all going, you know, like alcohol. You trying to sleep, and he
Smelling
talk
like that shit.
You on the couch sleep, trying to sleep. And he comes in the living room, it's dark. He's talking to you and shit. You're like, yo, I'm trying to sleep. And mind you, like since it's dark, he can't tell that he can't see you doing this thing. But it's just dark. You're just sitting on the other couch talking to you and shit. And you're like, man, you did this shit 2 days ago. Talking loud, knocking on your room door, trying to sleep. Niggas like that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Revelings and such like of the because let's say you go out to eat, right? You going out to eat. Does that mean you can go out to eat and you might drink wine or whatever the hell you do? That's not a sin. That's not off. That's not off. But them guys, if they're drunk, that's a problem. It says like Carface or Scarface, as they call it. Remember him? Yeah. Carface.
You can't be all the other sin, man. The other sin don't be drunk at camp, man. Don't be drinking before camp. You gotta be sober. This is something to break off on that, man. When you start to fight, you gotta have wisdom, man. When you come into the shoot, man, you gotta have wisdom. That's what Hawashai said, man.
Right. It says, envyings, murders, drunkenness, revelings, and such the like, and such like, of the which I tell you before, as I have also told you in time past, that they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of the Most High.
Yeah, this is Paul speaking to the Galatians, man. So all the stuff the brother read, man, all the stuff he's supposed to. If you do all this stuff, man, you're gonna enter the kingdom of the Most High, man. That's why they hate it. That's why they hate it, though, man. Paul can't straight follow, man. So if you do all this thing, man, ain't no way, man, you are gonna enter the kingdom of the Most High.
Right.
That's why they hate us, because we're teaching the truth of Yahweh Shai. So, you know, they're disobedient. They hate us because of it. You know, they don't want to listen.
Yeah. But the fruit of the Spirit is love.
Yeah, the fruit of the Spirit, man, is love, man. You gotta love the brother, man. You gotta love the brotherhood, man. But once I came into the truth, man, it's different with this truth, man. And niggas in the world or spicks in the world, man. Or coconuts in the world, it's completely different, man. The brother gonna have your back, man. The brother's ain't gonna lend you money. Or you gonna lend a brother money, man. Or such shit as usury, man. It's gonna put 20%. If you take a week, if you take 2 weeks to give him this money,
Interest.
you're gonna put interest. It ain't like that, man. If a brother say something, man, one thing we gotta word, man. If we say we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it. If we say we can't do it, we ain't gonna do it. That's the difference, man. A nigga gonna come in your house, man, and do bullshit in your house, and when you get mad at him, he's gonna fight you in your own house. When a brother come in your house, man, it's a completely different thing.
You know, that works both ways too, because now brother lends you money, you know, out of his, you know, kindness of his heart. And let's say you can't, you know, you can't pay him the time you say you're gonna pay him. Man, put a brother to the side and let him know, like, listen, I can't pay, it's okay, I'll pay him another 2 weeks. Don't just be like, if you don't say no, I'm not gonna say nothing. You can't, you know what I'm saying? That's you know, being brother on both sides, you know?
I got something real quick. Proverbs 3:27. Withhold not good from them to whom it is due, when there isn't that in the power of thine hand to do it. So don't withhold something from somebody when it's in your power of your hand to do it. Like let's say you loan a brother $100, right? And the brother gonna pay you back. Let's say brother supposed to pay you back. He got the money. Instead of telling you he got the money and he got to do something with it because something came up or whatever, he goes and says, I got $100, but let me not give it to him. Even though I owe him, man, I'm supposed to pay him it by now.
Yeah.
Let me not just say nothing. You withholding
Maybe
it, but
he forgot.
Yeah, maybe he forgot. You know.
That's irresponsible.
So it says, withhold not good from them to whom it is due, when it is in that power of the hand to do it. So whatever it is, you don't withhold it from somebody when it is in your power to do it. Say not unto thy neighbor, go and come again. You know, come back tomorrow. Come back next month. Go and come again, and tomorrow I will give. When thou has it by thee. So don't say, you know what, I'm going to give it to you the next day or this time or that time. When you got it by you,
You got it. You know?
That's right. When you got to pay your rent, right? You pay your landlord, right?
for.
So you're supposed to be paying a brother too. If your brother lends you money, you're supposed to pay that brother back, man.
That's what brings stress.
Yeah, let's go into the man that he has it. You know,
Yeah, exactly.
you know, the time he gave a time he's gonna pay. Now the lender comes to for his money. He actually have it, but he don't want to give it up because he got plans already. What he gonna do with the money? I'm sorry. The borrower comes for his money, and
No, lender comes for his money from the borrower.
yeah. So he comes for for his money, and now you have it with you, but you got plans what you're gonna do with the money already. So like, you know what? I'll pay you back next week or 2 weeks, and just keep pushing out the date. You ain't supposed to do it. Now if you don't have it, that's different. Like I don't have it. I thought I was gonna have it this week, but they fucked up my. Whatever the case may be, it's your responsibility to communicate with the next party. Like, listen, this is what's going on. Give me some more time.
You gotta learn to communicate.
That's right, man.
That's all right.
Yep, this is Tobit 4:14. Let not the wages of any man which had wrought for thee tarry with thee, but give him out of hand.
Yes, so don't let somebody else's wages, man, tarry with me, man. When you work for Israelite, man, you have to pay that man before the sun goes down. So it's talking about wages. So no Esau, man, Esau got our wages within a week, 2 weeks, a month to give us our wages, man. That's going on. Go ahead here, man.
This is Tobit 4:14. Let not the wages of any man which hath wrought for thee tarry with thee.
Yeah, but y'all work for thee, man. Tarry with thee, man. He might spend that money, so he might come up, man. He might spend that money before the sun does. So the best thing to do, man, is get that man his wages, man, daily.
That's some so-called Jews. You ever heard of so-called Jews? They'll hold on to, and they're supposed to be the people of the Most High.
Yeah, right, man.
You work for them, they don't want to pay you. They'll hold it off, or they want to, like, you call them, they don't pick up, or they don't respond, or they'll be late with the payments. But them so-called Jews, they known for that shit.
But if thou serve the Most High, he will also repay thee.
If y'all serve the Most High, man, you gotta be serving the Most High. The so-called Jews are what Hebrews. They don't serve the Most High, so they ain't gonna repay you.
So the Most High will pay you. Why wouldn't you let them pay a man?
That's right.
Be circumspect, my son, in all things thou doest.
Be
and
circumspect, man. Look around. All the stuff you do, man. That's the most. So anything you do, man, you gotta be circumspect, man. You run the business, man. You got brothers looking for you. You gotta be circumspect. You can pay them weekly or daily or monthly. Or you can pay them weekly, man. If you got the money to pay them weekly, or if you got the money to pay them daily, man, do it. Don't hold on to somebody's wages. Something could come up to you in a week, man.
Yeah.
The Lord's that money.
Give of thy bread to the hungry, and of thy garments to them that are naked.
Yeah, the hungry among the brotherhood, man. The scripture said, man, you gotta know who we give it to. Man, ain't talking about 2 Turks, man. Or 2 to speak, all these Edomites, man. Or Africans. Nothing about the brotherhood. So it's really,
It says, Tobit 4:16. Give of thy bread to the hungry, and of thy garments to them that are naked.
bread, me anything, man. If a brother needs something to eat, man, or money, or Metricon, he wants to pay his bill, his phone bill, bread, and you got it, man, you gotta give it to the brother. He's part of the brother.
You got niggas that come amongst us and they'll try to exploit that, like, well, I know you're gonna say yes, so I'm not gonna, like, even look for a job, because I know anything I need. If I need a place to stay, I can go here with this brother. If I need food, I'll go with this brother, instead of trying to, do it for their own. So you got niggas that, want to exploit the brother's hospitality.
Take advantage of it.
And according to thy abundance, give alms.
Yes, so according to that abundance, man, how many money you get into the bank of the livestock there, you know, your own plantation, man. You had gold, you had silver, you had rubber, man. So whatever, alms is different types, man. It's 10%. Alms, man, is much bigger. Some people give more alms than others, so they get a better job.
And let not thine eye be envious when thou givest alms.
So when you give it alms or tithes, man, say, damn, why the hell did I give all that money to the apostles or elders? get all this. I get $5,000 to the apostle and others for look at take that money about God. And they sell it, man. I know you gotta give tithes, man. You gotta give bonds if you got it. If you ain't got it, man, the most I know you ain't got it. So the Lord ain't gonna judge it for you. But if you got it, man, if you're working, you can pay tithes, you can give bonds, man. I mean, giving it, man. You gotta pay, man. That's it. That's right.
This is Luke chapter 6, verse 31. And as ye would that men should do to you, do ye also to them likewise.
So what about you want a man to do to you, man? You gotta do to him likewise, man. See, how should I speak?
For if ye love them which love you, what think have ye?
So if you love a brother, man, if you love the brother gotta love you the same way.
What think have ye? For sinners also love those that love them.
So ain't talking about sinners in the world. It's fucking churches you're talking about, man. But tomorrow they're gonna go to church for Easter Sunday tomorrow, man. You're gonna see all the sinners coming, man. You're gonna have all different nations of people, man. Up these Catholic churches, man. Talking about sinners. The sinners are who? Israelites, man. They're elect. You different nations, man. You ain't no fucking the scriptures ain't got nothing to do to you, man. And the word Easter in the New Testament, man, being Passover. It don't mean no Easter bunny, man. You know such a thing as an Easter bunny, Easter eggs, man. That's a goddamn old wives' tears, man. That's witchcraft, man. You got your kids searching for Easter eggs, man. Got all people doing it, the Latinos, the West Indians, man. The Latinos, the West Indians, the so-called Negroes, and the tribal gad, man. They got all people doing that, which is bullshit.
It says, and if ye do good to them which do good to you, what think have ye? For sinners also do even the same.
If you do good to a brother, man, brother gonna do good to you. So sinners, so if a brother sin, man, that sin will be taken away. But he's a brother.
And if ye lend to them of whom ye hope to receive, what thank have ye? All right. It said, if ye lend to them of whom ye hope to receive.
If you lend to a brother, man, the brother gonna give you back that money, give you back the because back then, man, we had gold, we had silver, we had land, we had slaves, we had nice stuff back then. Israel was a rich nation back then.
It says, what thank have ye? For sinners also lend to sinners to receive as much again.
All are sinners, man. We are sinners right now. So we are sinners right now.
This is St. John chapter 15, verse 9. As the Father hath loved me, so have I loved you.
So as the Father I love you, man. Yahushua, that proves that Yahushua and his Father, man, are two different people, man. Are two different entities. We ain't the same people, man. People call it the Holy Trinity, which is bullshit. Show me a scripture, man. I said the Most High and the Son and the Holy Spirit, man. It's the same people. They ain't the same people, man. Who's Yahushua talking to them? He's talking about his Father. Read it again, brother.
This is St. John chapter 15, verse 9. As the Father hath loved me.
Yeah, as his Father, man. His Father is who? The Most High. We call him Yahweh. His Son's name is who? Yahushua, the deliverer. I love me, but his Father loved me, man. You don't know. The Most High, man, is our spiritual Father, man. Son of the who? Who the world, even Jesus Christ, man. His name is Yahushua. So that's our spiritual Father. And we also got who? We got earthly fathers, man. Yahushua had an earthly father. His name is Joseph. We all got earthly fathers, man.
So have I loved you, continue ye in my love.
Yahushua, man, he loved the people, man. He loved the elect, he loved the apostles, the disciples, man. And he loved the righteous people that follow him back there. So the same thing we gotta do. Yahushua said we gotta love each other, man. People call us faggots, man. We ain't no faggots up here, man. We are a brotherhood, man. So you're gonna say Yahushua and the disciples and the people that follow him is a bunch of faggots. You guys don't know the scriptures, man. You guys don't know what true brotherly love is, man. Because we ain't got a woman up here, man. Yahushua didn't have no woman amongst it, man. The only woman was amongst it was who? Mary Magdalene, man. So Yeah,
you had other women that
So-
too.
Yeah, but it was only teaching.
Yeah, hell no. I'm not going to teach.
Yeah. So that was the Lord said, man. As the Father had loved him, man, we gotta love the brotherhood the same way, man.
I'm gonna drop down to verse 12. This is my commandment, that ye love one another as I have loved you.
So that's the commandment, man. So that's the commandment right here. So you gotta love your brother, man. As Yahushua have loved us, man. Yahushua still love us, man. Yahushua is the greatest person that ever lived, man. He put his life on the line for us, man. The elect. I'm part of the elect, man. Ain't nothing great that somebody could do for you, man. And to die for you. Spiritual die for you. Yeah, that's it.
They were still
I'm gonna go right here
Go ahead,
in Luke 6th chapter, right? Bro, just wrote this out. It says Luke 6th chapter. Okay, Luke 6 and 31. It says, "And as ye would that men should do to you, do ye also to them likewise." Right. What someone would do unto you, do you want them to do what you were doing to someone? Read it again. "And as ye would that men should do to you, do ye also to them likewise." So what you want someone to do to you, you do to them as well. "For if ye love them which love you, what thing have ye? For sinners also love those that love them." So if you love them which love you, what thing have you? What things you have? You only love those that love you, because you have certain brothers in the truth that's gonna that's gonna say love your enemies to what another brother that's in the faith you have a difference with. So it says, if you love those that love you, meaning if you love only the brothers that treat you right, but not certain brothers who may offend you at certain points, what thing have you? For sinners also love those that love them. Even a sinner loves someone that loves them. Even a sinner loves someone that loves them, right? And if you do good to them, which do good to you, if you do good to someone that does good to you, what thing have ye? For sinners do even the same. Even a sinner does good to someone that does good unto them. And if he lends, so it's all saying a sinner would do good to someone that does good unto them. A sinner will love someone that loves them. But you only love those that love you. You only do good to those that do good to you. Even though you got certain brothers in the truth that you got a difference with, maybe like an enemy at the time, you still want to do good unto them anyway. That's what it's going into, right? It says, "And if ye lend to them of whom you hope to receive, what thing have ye? For sinners also lend to sinners to receive as much again." So a sinner will lend to a sinner to receive a good unto them as well. "But love your enemies and do good, and lend hoping for nothing again." So when you lend somebody, supposed to hope for nothing again. So it's all telling you sinners let someone that loves them. A sinner will show love to someone who loves them, and will show good to someone who shows good unto them. You would do the same as the sinners, but you wouldn't love your own enemy. But your enemy is somebody, brother in the faith, who you may be at a particular difference with at the moment. And when you lend to that brother, who may be like your enemy, you're not supposed to expect nothing in return. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to give it out of the kindness of your heart. And lend, hoping. Yeah, you can say that too, like when Yahushua did it to us. Because we was all going off. You know? We was all going off. You know? "And your reward shall be great, and ye shall be the children of the highest, for he is kind unto the unthankful and to the evil." So the Most High is kind to the unthankful and to the evil. So you got to be that same way. You know? And how is the Most High kind to the unthankful and to the evil? Because the Most High sent Yahushua to die for who? All of Israel, but beginning with the elect. And another example of that, can somebody get Matthew the 5th chapter? When it says, turn the other cheek.
Yeah, because Spring said that. Now, when it says to love thy enemy, the word there for enemy is ektos, and it means pretty much opposing others.
See?
And we said the person that's indifference.
Exactly. Anybody else see that on the cheek? This is Matthew the 5th chapter.
I got it right here.
Got it?
Trying to find that.
This will be Matthew the 5th chapter.
38, I believe.
Yeah, 39.
You start at 38. Matthew chapter 5, verse 38. "Ye have heard that it hath been said." "Ye have heard that it hath been said, an eye for an eye, and a tooth for a tooth.
So you heard it said an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. If somebody do this to you, you do it right back to them. An eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. Go ahead.
But I say unto you that ye resist not evil.
Resist meaning to fight against. You look it up. So if another brother may do some type of evil unto you, don't fight him. Don't fight him. Okay? Don't fight against him. Don't reward him the same way. You hold that on them. Go ahead. Look at the scripture where it says, render no man evil for evil. Okay.
It says, but whosoever shall smite thee on thy right cheek, turn to him the other also.
Now, that doesn't mean that Martin Luther King should, oh, shoot, he slapped me. No, if someone smites you on your right cheek, turn to the other also. Or somebody brother that's in the truth. He may do something or say something that offends you. That's similar to him smiting you.
Right.
Him smiting you on the cheek. But though he may smite you on the cheek, or though he may offend you, don't resist the evil, don't fight against him and do it the same way, but rather turn the other cheek. Go ahead. Like the term, oh, you stabbed me in the back. That means somebody really took a knife and stabbed in your back. No, they offended you.
Right.
So it says, brother smite you on the right side of the cheek, turn to the other cheek also. Him smiting you like him offended you. You smote you, he offended you on the cheek, and you turn the other cheek too. You turn the other way. You didn't roar the same way. You didn't fight against him. Go ahead.
It says,
Look at that word resist in the Greek in that scripture. It's just till you fight against.
and if any man will sue thee at law,
That's the whole verse. Turn to the other also. Go ahead.
and if any man will sue thee at the law, and take away thy coat, let him have thy.
There should be another scripture that says, hey, turn to him the other also. It's another one. But anyway, I could have said similar the same thing. But basically it said back my mind. I just said it to you. I forgot.
Go further, the other cheek.
No, not saying evil for evil.
Nah, it was somebody just two look at the word resist. In Acts 11:39. So it says turn to the other cheek also. But though he made, so read that verse again.
It says, but I say unto you that ye resist not evil.
Go ahead. You got the word
Well,
resist? Look at that, what that say?
The word resist. And it is and the thing. The description is to set oneself against you, withstand, resist, oppose, set against. To oppose, to resist, to withstand, resist, to withstand.
So to set against that person, you don't got to be with it? That's with it? Okay. So it says don't set against or what? Or oppose. Or like fight against that person. When you're opposing someone, you're fighting against them. You're fighting against it. So it says resist not the evil, don't oppose them. Don't fight against them, don't roll in the same way. He might smite you on your cheek, on your right cheek, turn the other cheek also. He offended you by smiting you in a figurative sense, and you turn the other cheek. You didn't reward him the same way. But though you turn the other cheek, he might offend you once more. But what eventually happens is over time, y'all reconcile. That's what happens. You ever had a friend that you had a difference with? They offended you, you say, I ain't even gonna do nothing back. I ain't even gonna say nothing. And then eventually over time, y'all reconcile, right? Which reconcile means what? To reestablish a close relationship. You reestablish that close relationship that y'all had before the offense came. Now, you got this scripture? Romans 4? Did other people know maybe? What's that? Proverbs? Is that 2 and 7? Something like that?
This is Romans 12 and 17. Recompense to no man evil for evil. Provide things honest in the sight of all men.
Yeah, recompense no man evil for evil. Somebody do something to you that offends you. If a brother do something to you that offends you, you don't do the same thing. Oh, he did it to me, so that's a nigga mentality. You know, like, huh?
Being petty.
Yeah, being petty. Like, you know, back in the world, your word for real, son. Word. You
Like
give me
that.
that. It's like that. You give me that German Soul chicken. That German Soul chicken got demons on it, man. I seen a lot of arguments happen over that damn chicken, man. You know what I'm saying? Real shit, man. That shit got demons on it. Lord, back in the day, I remember them days, man. The Chinese food days. But that's what it is. A word, you got 4 chicken wings, I can't get a piece? What? Like that? Alright, and then when they got something, they don't want to give it to you. That's wicked. That's how niggas be. You know? Nah, cause I ain't give you nothing. I ain't eat all day. They eating their food.
Yeah.
Remember that time I asked you for your piece of your honey bun? Nope. I've actually remember this kind of stuff actually happened. They don't make evil for evil. So you don't really don't make evil for evil, man. What is for that?
Provide things honest in the sight of all men.
So you gotta be honest inside of all men.
Yeah, this is
First Peter 3 and
They call these the Beatitudes.
First Peter 3 and 8. Finally, be ye all of one mind,
Yep, be all of one mind. Go ahead.
having compassion one of another. Love as brethren.
Yep.
Be pitiful. Be courteous.
Yep.
Not rendering evil for evil.
Not rendering evil. It says love as brethren, not rendering evil for evil. That's a link up to Romans 12:17, which link up to Matthew 5:39. So if somebody comes to word, you can turn the other cheek. You can break that down and say, nope, it's someone that, and the other. So it says render no man evil for evil. Don't reward no man, no brother for an unjust act he did unto you. You don't do it the same way, because then that make you wicked. Right?
Or railing for railing, but contrary-wise a blessing, knowing that ye
Yeah,
are
a blessing. You give him a blessing. You know, you just treat him right with, all right, brother. You know, spur, deal with it. Right?
That's right.
knowing that ye are thereunto called, that ye should inherit a blessing.
Knowing that thereunto you will inherit a blessing, because you did right unto him, even though he was doing you wrong. Which that leads to Luke the 6th chapter. Okay, so that's how you supposed to deal, man.
I got it. This is Proverbs chapter 20.
Now, why is that written? Because every brother ain't gonna necessarily get along as well as other brothers.
Exactly.
That's gonna be what it is. Certain times personality is gonna clash.
Exactly.
That's just what it is. That's gonna happen. Now, I mean, one brother's wicked, and the other brother's righteous or nothing like that. I mean, brothers don't really get along like that. That's what it is. Right?
Proverbs 20 verse 22. Say not thou.
Because why would Yahweh tell him to act in Matthew 5th chapter and 39th verse, turn the other cheek? Unless something like that actually happened. What would be the point of that being said? Right?
Proverbs 20 verse 22. Say not thou, I will recompense evil, but wait on the Lord, and he shall save thee.
You said 20 and 22?
Con.
So read it again.
This is Proverbs chapter 20 verse 22.
Yep.
Say not thou, I will recompense evil, but wait.
I'm gonna do what he did to me, man. Right?
Say not thou, I will recompense evil, but wait on the Lord, and he shall save thee.
Yeah, but the Lord gonna deliver you, man. And that's what happens. You got guys that may be in certain camps that might do something that offends them, and a brother do something that offends a brother or brothers, and that brother or those brothers will turn the other cheek, and eventually the Most High will give them will bless them, and them guys will help them, save them, and that guy will kick on them out the camp. And kick on the camp, man.
Leviticus chapter 19, verse 18.
Yep.
Thou shalt not avenge, nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people.
Yeah. Right.
But thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. I am the Lord.
So you gotta love your neighbor as yourself. You gotta want for your brother what you want for yourself, man. That's how you're supposed to do. If you know a certain bro is in need and you will want somebody to help you, if you was in that situation, then it's only right that you help that person out.
1 John 3 and 15. Whosoever, 1 John 3 and 15. Whosoever hateth his brother is a murderer. We know that no murderer hath eternal life abiding in him.
Yeah, if you hate your own brother, you're a murderer. Like Cain. Go ahead. You ain't gonna have eternal life abide in you. Go ahead.
Hereby perceive we the love of the Most High, because he laid down his life for us, and we ought to lay down our lives for the brethren.
Go ahead.
But whoso hath this world's good, and seeth his brother have need, and shutteth up his bowels of compassion from him.
Yeah, so he that had this world's good, what's that talking about? World's good. What's that talking about? It's talking about riches. If you got money, if you got a house, if you got certain things in this world,
That
and you
guy,
see,
all the KMS with the lottery.
yeah,
The lottery is the other thing.
yeah, you know.
Nigga.
So if you have this real good, you gotta look out for your brother that don't have this real good. Man, you got certain brothers. Look, man, you got certain brothers in certain camps around the world that got businesses. That's not wicked. They might only own house. They might do real estate. Might be a surgeon. Who knows what the hell they do? Might be a lawyer or something, a doctor, whatever. You know, only own car dealership or whatever it is. You have certain brothers, right? But see, here's the thing. They got this world's good. You gotta look out for other brothers that's in need. You know? That's fortunate to yourself. That don't mean you say, all right, brother, here, I'll take $900,000. Like, come on. You know what I'm saying? unless you got money like Jay-Z, $500 million to be throwing away money like that. But you understand what we mean? If you supposed to look out for brothers that's in need. You know brothers in need out here. The brother might not even told you nothing, but you might have heard something from another brother or overheard a brother's talking, or can tell a brother needs something, then you look out. That's what you're supposed to do, right? But see, even then, the scripture tell you, Ecclesiastes 12 chapter, Ecclesiastes 12 chapter, the scripture say what? The scripture say, when you have good, when you do good unto them. Know to whom that thou doest good unto, and you be thankful for that benefit. You too can't be doing good to him and your nigga, because guess what? If you got money and a dude in the camp that's not right, now you got money, he gonna want to heap it upon his lunch. I need $500, so. No, he really needs $250. You want to keep the other $250 for himself. You know? Next you know, he come to the camp, he got a new pair of Jordans. New pair of Jordans.
What?
You know what I'm saying? Yo, it's good out. You know what I'm saying? And then eventually it's gonna come out. You're gonna find out. Because then what's gonna happen is eventually, let's say that brother gotta pay it back, let's say, right? Let's say the brother gotta pay it back. He ain't gonna have the $500 to give you. He ain't gonna wanna give you the $500. You know? Yeah,
I got some. Yeah. This is Romans chapter 12, verse 17. Recompense to no man evil for evil.
You report that out. Recompense no man evil for evil. Pay back no man evil for evil. Go ahead.
Provide things honest in the sight of all men.
That's right. Provide all things honest in the sight of all men. With that, we're gonna close. We're gonna say till you next time.
Shalom.
Shalom.